Okay. So next, we're going to go ahead and get started with the agenda because we want to make sure that we have enough time to be able to answer some questions you might all have. So next, we have Ms. Courtney Collins. She will do a presentation on everything that you need along your journey through at HCC. Okay. So go ahead, Courtney. You can get started.
Okay, so welcome to the VMASS webpage tutorial. This is the screen that you'll see once you visit our website, and I'm going to show you guys very briefly how to navigate our website. So whenever you want to go to our website, you'll type in hccs.edu/veterans, or you can go to the home screen and just click on the veterans page, and I'll show you how to do that momentarily. Okay, so everyone can see my screen okay? Alrighty, so this is the HCC homepage, and to get to the veteran homepage, you will go to the top right-hand corner where it says IMA with a blue arrow pointing downward, and you're going to click on that and then select veteran. Okay, so this brings you to the HCC Veterans homepage where almost all of your questions and concerns can be answered. So if you scroll down a bit, you'll get to the same screen that was shown in the PowerPoint. And so I just want to take this opportunity to highlight some of the key areas that you guys should definitely visit. So the first thing, the benefits process, you click on this if you want the step-by-step process of how to get your benefits. So we show you everything from point A to point Z, spelled out clearly for you guys. Then, of course, how to become an HCC student, how to apply for benefits from vets.gov, and so on and so forth. Then I'm sure you guys are familiar with the certification request form. This is probably the single most populated place on our website as far as receiving traffic. So this is the form that you fill out when you want to get that those classes certified. So this is what it's going to look like. It's a very simple short survey that you fill out and hit submit. And these are for chapter benefits and state benefits, excluding Hazelwood. And I'm going to show you guys that are exclusively using Hazelwood where you'll go. So there's a certification request form right here that's specifically for Hazelwood. So again, if you're using two benefits, for example, if you're using Chapter 35 dependent along with Hazelwood, then you will need to fill out a regular certification request form for Chapter 35 and then another for Hazelwood. But if you're only using Hazelwood, then you'll only fill out one of these. And so there are many references on our website, and another important one that I encourage all of you guys to visit are the FAQs. The FAQs are frequently asked questions that I'm sure many of you have or had at one point that can be answered for you. So we're not going to go into this detail today, but I just wanted to show you guys where to go to get your questions answered. Okay, so now we're going to go back to the PowerPoint. So next up, you might ask yourself, how do I make an appointment with my advisor? So academic advisors are available to assist you virtually during this pandemic, and all students can use the virtual lobby to contact an academic advisor. So you might ask how to access the virtual lobby. There's a screenshot to the right that shows you how it looks online. So the same place that we went to on the website, you can access the virtual lobby from there. So you might want to speak to an academic advisor to change a degree plan or to see what classes are on your degree plan so you ensure that you're enrolled in the correct classes so your classes can be certified. So this is available to you. Also, you can always email your advisors. They probably recommend this. That way you can have a paper trail for yourself as well as them and have a record of communication. So email is always the best route to go when it comes to communicating with staff members. Okay, so some more advising information. So a lot of you may have questions about the TSI exemption. So veterans and active duty personnel serving for at least 3 years preceding enrollment may be waived from having to take the TSI placement test. So in order to do this, you must submit the correct DD-214 to an academic advisor and they will have to analyze it for you. If you have already taken the TSI and you find out after the fact that you could have been waived for it, whatever your results from the placement test, they will stand. They cannot retroactively place a waiver if you already have taken the test. So if you're a new student here to HCC and you would like to be waived from the TSI, please submit to us your DD-214 and make sure it's one of the members listed here. And FYI, dependents cannot use the TSI exemption. Unfortunately, it's only for veterans themselves with a valid DD-214. So next up is the parent institution letter. So it is possible for you to take classes at 2 different institutions and use the benefits at both schools. However, in order to do so, you must be enrolled in one institution primarily. For example, I always give my students the same example. If you're enrolled in a bachelor's program at U of H and you're taking classes here during the summer for maybe some of the harder chemistry or biology classes, we will need a parent institution letter from the parent school, and in this case, the parent school will be U of H. So the U of H Veterans Office or Veterans Services will generate a letter, and on that letter, it has to list the degree plan that you're working towards and all of the classes that you plan to take here verbatim, and we're only allowed to certify what's on that parent institution letter. It must come from a signed official at the school. And for example, if HCC is your primary institution and maybe you're taking a class or 2 at U of H that's not offered here, then you will need a parent institution letter from us, and you can find that on the website. All right, so the most important process, the certification process and things to know. So please allow up to 30 days to be certified once all required documents are submitted. It's very important to submit everything that we require of you guys, just so your benefits aren't delayed and you can get everything turned in on time. If you intend to add, drop, or swap classes, you must submit a certification request form. That's the form that I clicked on the website. So anytime you need to add, drop, or swap, you need to fill that form out. That way we know that there's activity on your account, so we can alert the VA and they pay you your benefits accordingly. So post 9/11 students must take one physical in-person class in order to receive their full housing stipend. Once required documents are submitted, you will be placed in a student group according to your benefit. So the student group distinguishes you guys from the regular population of HCC. It tells the college that you are a veteran or military affiliated student. So student groups are important. And then once you are student grouped, you will see a vet hold on your account. So many students freak out when they see a hold on the account, but I assure you, if it's a vet hold, ignore it. It's supposed to be there. So certain benefits, they pay for tuition and fees. So it's the way that HCC knows not to drop you from your classes due to non-payment. So those are only certain benefits like Chapter 33, Chapter 31, and Hazelwood. So you will need to submit a VMASS certification request when you intend to add, drop, swap classes. Again, this is very important. I know I keep repeating it, but we need to be kept abreast of what you're doing so we can tell the VA and you get paid. All right, so that was a bit about one of your classes must be in person for Chapter 33. Well, you might ask, like during a pandemic and you're social distancing from home, taking online classes, how the heck can you take a face-to-face class? So what the school has done, we have labeled what used to be considered residential classes. So if you go to your class schedule and you click on the magnifying glass, it'll pull up the details for the class. And so what do you see highlighted on the screen here where it says campus or location? It lets you know, for example, this first box, it says HCC Online Central, and then it says Central College. So although this course is online, it was previously a residential class. So this, if you're enrolled in a class like this, you will get that credit for being in at least one physical face-to-face class. And then for the second example at the bottom that's highlighted in blue, it says HCC Online College. This indicates that it was always an online class. Again, if you have questions about any of this, always contact our office. We have a team of people ready and willing to help you with any questions you might have. Okay, so certification process continued. Students must be enrolled in at least 7 credit hours at all times in order to receive 50% of your housing allowance. So there are exceptions that depends on length of term. You must be enrolled in 12 credit hours to receive 100% of your housing allowance. So HCC's full-time policy is considered 12 credit hours. And for example, if you're Chapter 33 post 9/11, and you want to receive all of the money that you're rightfully entitled for, then you would need to sign up for at least 12 credit hours in order to receive 100% of your benefits. Students must be enrolled in classes with the same start date so their housing is not affected. So just keep in mind, HCC is very accommodating when it comes to start dates to work around you guys' schedules. So there's like regular term, first 8 weeks, second 8 weeks, second start. And several terms within the semester. So you just need to be mindful that you need to be enrolled in 12 credit hours at any given point in time in order to receive 100%. And you need to be enrolled in at least 7 credit hours at any given point in time to receive 50%. Again, if you have any questions specifically related to this, please don't hesitate to contact our office and we'll walk you through the process. Okay, so student accrues VA debt. This is something that happens that kind of draws a lot of questions from you guys, rightfully so. So you can accrue VA debts several different ways. One way is the student withdraws after the first day of term. So a lot of times certifications are already submitted, sent to the VA. The VA has started the processing to send you your money, but in the midst of that, you decided to withdraw. So that might create a debt. 2, the student reduces hours whether reduction occurred before or during the term. So whether you decided to drop a class 2 days before classes started or 2 days after classes started. Chances are you were already certified and the certification process on the VA side has already begun. So by the time that we report the drop and the VA receives it and processes it, a debt most likely will have occurred. The school submitting a change in enrollment and reported a reduction in tuition and fees due to a student action reducing or terminating training. So a lot of times when you swap classes, those 2 classes might not cost the same exact amount of money. So when you swap them, there might be a difference on your account that we have to report to the VA that might be cheaper than what you were already certified for. So then in that case, you'd be responsible, or the school would be responsible for paying that back. And lastly, if a student drops a course and adds a course so that there is no net change in training time, any change to tuition and fees. So the overall general message is here. When you sign up for your classes, you want to make sure that you've already spoken to your academic advisor. They've advised you on what classes that you need to take that are on your degree plan, and make sure you don't overload yourself because we don't want you to accrue debts or go through that hassle. So just be very diligent in noting whether you're taking on a load that may be too cumbersome or might be just too hard. So just pay very close attention to that because we don't want anybody with debts. Okay, now everybody's favorite part, payments. So for Chapter 33, if not 100% eligible, students must select an additional payment type. So for example, Chapter 33 is our most popular benefit. And if you're not 100%, so for example, if you're 80% Chapter 33, then you, the student, are responsible for paying that remaining 20%. So the college's rule of thumb is students have 5 days to pay the remaining balance. So for chapters 30, 35, 1606, and 1607, students must select a payment type to enroll to protect their enrollment. So basically, if you have one of these chapters, then you need to secure the payment yourself, or else the college will drop you for non-payment. Benefits that do not drop for non-payment are again Chapter 30, Hazelwood, and Chapter 31, Folk Reading. So there are several different payment types that we have at HCC. Of course, federal financial aid. And again, you will need to fill out your FAFSA, and please do so at your earliest convenience before school starts to expedite the process of dispersing your money, because financial aid is the busiest office here at HCC. So you want to just make sure you're being proactive about getting that process started early. So Hazelwood, students who are using Chapter 35 maybe, they can also use Hazelwood if they are eligible. So Hazelwood is a waiver, so that can be considered a payment type. Also, you are free to submit a payment plan. Just note there is a small fee to submitting a payment plan, and that fee is responsible by the student. I believe it's like $30, but don't quote me on that. But you are responsible for paying that payment plan fee. And then lastly, nobody has ever refused cash. So those are the different types of payments that HCC accepts. And remember, if you don't have one of those protected enrollments, like Chapter 30, 35, 1606, 1607, you, the student, are responsible for paying your tuition in full, and you are in danger of your classes being dropped from your schedule if you don't set up a payment plan or get the payment process started. Okay, now, so academic probation. So this occurs when students' GPA falls under a 2.0. Of course, none of you guys will ever have that problem, but in the event that you do, we have the lovely Miss Anna Connect. She is here to help you and get you out of that rut. So Miss Anna is a trained counselor that helps with academic troubles and woes, and she will put an academic veterans probation suspension hold on your account. And so the image displayed right here is what will show up in your Student Services Center. Now you'll see the vet enrollment support hold. That's the good hold that's supposed to be there at all times during your usage of benefits here at HCC. But if you see one of these other holds on your account, it's because your GPA has fallen under a 2.0. But no fear, Miss Anna is here to help you. So students in this category, they will need to attend slip sessions. So these slip sessions, you can register for them yourself in your Student Services Center on your account. You can find them online, or you can contact Miss Anna. It's really great to email Miss Anna because she's very good at responding to emails. And again, it's beneficial for the student and for her to keep a paper trail and document conversations. So students on academic probation and suspension could enroll in a maximum of 7 credit hours for the term. Keep in mind, this will affect your benefits. So if you remember what I previously said about students, in order to receive 100% of their benefits, they would need to be enrolled in 12 credit hours. But if you're struggling, the college doesn't want you to take on more than you can chew. So they're going to firmly recommend that you're enrolled in 7 credit hours, just so you can, have time to focus on the classes that are giving you trouble and excel in those. And then once you're out of academic probation and back above a 2.0, then you can go to taking 12 credit hours or more. Okay, so Veteran Success Counselor. We have a Veteran Success Counselor here on campus, and they're here to help you. So briefly, I'll just run through what they do. So they help you apply for and maximize your educational VA benefits. They help you understand and apply for vocational rehabilitation and employment. So this is commonly referred to as voc rehab, and more specifically, Chapter 31. So if you have any questions about Chapter 31 and all the benefits that are part of it and attached to that particular benefit, then the Vet Success Counselor is the person that you would need to speak to. They also help with vocational exploration and career counseling services. If you're not sure what you want to do after this and you want to see what careers suit you best, this is your go-to guru. They help you receive information and referrals for VA medical and mental health services, as well as receive referrals to the local vet center for readjustment counseling services. Again, this is a great asset that HCC has for you, so we encourage you guys to use it. And more information can be found on our website. Okay, so Hazelwood. I'll go over Hazelwood really briefly because if you think you're eligible for Hazelwood, we urge you to contact our office so you can speak with someone. So I'll just run through these briefly. So there's 3 different types of Hazelwood waivers. Again, Hazelwood is a Texas state benefit for veterans and certain dependents and spouses. So a waiver, with that being said, it waives tuition and fees. It does not pay the school money. It does not pay you the student money. It just is a waiver for tuition that waives your tuition. It's very straightforward, but there are very strict guidelines to receive Hazelwood. So if you've heard about Hazelwood or you want to know more information about Hazelwood, please contact our office because there are several kinds, and I don't want to bore you guys to death by giving you all of the mundane details. But please contact our office. We'll let you know all of the paperwork that you need and what the stipulations are. Okay, so scholarships and grants. HCC has a plethora of scholarships available to you. We always ask students who may need additional funds. If your book stipend is $500 for the semester, but your books cost $600, see what scholarships are out there. You can see what scholarships are available at the website. And also, HCC specifically has special veteran grants that we'll get into. Okay, so this is one of our really popular grants. It's called Skills for Transition. And essentially, the Veteran Academy offers fast track programs in the following high demand careers. So if you're the type of student who, and forgive me, but this grant is specifically available for those who are 365 days in or 365 days out. So basically what that means is if you're newly discharged and it's less than a year, or if you are about to be discharged, you can start this program if you're a year from being discharged. So if you are looking to hit the ground running and hurry up and get into a career, and this is one of the non-traditional routes that a lot of our students take. So if you're interested in welding, basic AC and refrigeration, electrical technician, or petroleum engineering technology, certain fast track programs like this, there are resources that can help you in this program. So if this interests you, please contact our office and we'll give you more information about it. All right, so I will have Ms. Capri Thomas, our acting director, will take this over from here to explain the Global Center of Energy of Excellence. One moment, guys, stand by.
Thank you, Courtney. And I'm not for sure for the Global Energy Center of Excellence. I believe we have some guests, the Dean of Global Energy, that available online.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yeah, this
Yes,
is
hi, thank you,
Javier.
thank you.
Yes.
So,
Hi, how are you?
yes, we can hear you. I'm good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am a chair of Global Energy, and in the Global Energy, we have 4 programs. One is electronic engineering technology, the other one is petroleum. The more popular one is electronic engineering technology that we train a biomedical engineering. Those guys are working in the hospital repairing biomedical equipment. I used to work in the hospital for almost 20 years, and almost more than 50% of employee was a military background. And the hospital loved to hire military guys more than anything else. So the best field that you guys can join, and I promise you, right after you finish, you're gonna get a job with at least $100,000 a year, easily, easily. You don't have to worry about it. After finish the coursework, we have affiliated with the Texas Children's Hospital, couple of the dental hospital, and we will put you in internship with the hospital, and you work in the hospital for almost 1 semester. And after you finish internship, again, I promise you're gonna get a job, $100,000. This is one of our this 100% job placement program that we have. The other program that we have is petroleum and process technology. Process is also very high demand because there is lots of things in the process. All the chemical you guys are using in the household is a process. All the water, basically food. So also there's a lot of demand in the process and petroleum industry. The other field that we have in instrumentation also, there's a lot of demand for instrumentation. And we have in all 4 programs, we have an associate degree that is a 2 years degree program or level 1 certificate program. And all 4 programs are in the very demand. And again, you're gonna get a job right after you finish. We got a survey that recently the highest pay for any job it could be on global energy that it consists of electronic, petroleum, process, and instrumentation. I'm happy to have answered any question that you guys have for me. Put it in the chat box and you guys let me know what kind of question do you have. I'll be happy to answer any question you have.
Thank you so much for presenting on this program. As you can tell, we have Houston Community College has a plethora of certificate programs that we offer, scholarship programs. We're here to assist. If you have any questions on this program, we will go ahead and add your, Dean, we will go ahead and add your contact information in the chat box. But you all, if you have any questions, we will be answering them at the end of the session. But go ahead and type your questions. There should be a chat box. It's a chat little symbol down. It's on your Zoom at the bottom, and you can go ahead and type questions in. If you have any questions you have, we will definitely be able. We're here to help you. We're here to guide you. So I appreciate you, Dean.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. Okay.
Okay, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was super helpful. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. We are available every day, Monday through Friday. We have a call center. Everybody has an email that we respond to as quickly as we can. Again, if you have a question, doesn't matter how silly you might think it is, please don't hesitate to ask us. We understand that this is during a pandemic and people are just, more stressed than they normally would be. So we're trying to be here as much as we possibly can, since you can't physically come into the office anymore. But please take advantage of our phones, of our emails, and also the virtual Zoom lobby. So if you guys haven't already tried the lobby, I encourage you to do so. You might find it better than traditional phone call or email, but just please know that we are here to help you. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So please, if you have any questions, we're going to answer those for you.
Okay. Thank you, Courtney. I truly appreciate you presenting on the great opportunities we have here in the VMASS department. Okay, this is the time for you guys to ask as many questions as you want. We already have some in the chat box, so we'll be reading them off. And we have the subject matter experts here. We have our VMASS advisor here, Ms. Terry Good-Tomlin. We have Ms. Courtney Collins. She's actually our senior certifying official, just presented. Luis is our VA coordinator. He's here to answer any general questions. We have Hazelwood processor here, as well as we have Ms. Anna Canet. She is our counselor. If you have questions about GPAs or how could you prevent from not getting on probation or suspension. We have Mr. Willie Sykes. He is our compliance issues. If you have questions about any hopefully you don't have any default on or any you owe anything in the, so we're here to help you. You have scholarship opportunities. We're here to so go ahead and ask away in the chat box. It would be nice. Or if you want to raise, I believe there's a raise hand button for more options if you want to, if you feel comfortable speaking and asking your question. So let's go ahead and get started with the first question. And I'm going to go through the chat box here. Let's see. I hear a lot of virtual assistants our classes online. I have 2 classes with a campus and room number. I am not sure if we have in-person or online learning. And I believe Louise answered that question. There are some classes that are considered hybrid classes. We do have some classes that you might be spending some time in the classroom, and then you have some spend the majority of the time online. So there's a split far as hybrid classes that's available, but it's very minimum. So we want as many online. We have the majority is online classes, of course. So some of you will have some in class. Face-to-face classes. Okay. So let's see.
I also want to say that we do have tutorials online, and we also have using a program called Teams. And online, if you want to send an essay to have a review, it's going to take a little time to get back. Now, we do have with Teams is more like this setup with WebEx, and you have to make an appointment, and they can help you with your math or any other subject that you might need.
Okay, thank you, Anna. That's Miss Canet. She's our counselor. That's good to know. So the next one is, I've submitted all required documents, enrolled in classes, but I don't see the vet holder on my account. So Brandon, this is from Mr. Brandon. So Brandon, we need to check. I believe if you can send Luis, I believe he sent an email. Luis, can you put your email in there? If you have any questions about your documentation, please email luis.polanco.deleon@accs.edu, and he'll take a look at your account and see if we have the necessary documentation. So that you should be in a student group, Brandon, but we'll go ahead and double check that, okay? Or you can actually, if you want, Brent, if you want to put your student ID number in the chat box and we'll take a look at it. We'll have someone take a look at it now for you. Okay. The next question. I received notification my DD-214 and my COE was received, but there has not been any updates to my account to be able to declare a degree or register for classes. So go ahead.
So, whoever asked that question, have you spoken to an academic advisor? Because that would be the next step in your process. So once you speak with an academic advisor and they advise you on which classes to sign up for, you fill out the certification request, and that certification request is the single thing that jumpstarts your benefit usage. That's you literally requesting to use your benefits. However, our classes haven't started yet, so we're still in the process of certifying those classes. So you might just haven't been gotten to yet, but if you haven't filled out a certification request form and spoken to an academic advisor, then now's a good time to do so.
So once again, Taylor, so if you haven't received declared a degree, please email, I believe, Luis, if you can put I don't know if you did already, put your number back, your email address, so we can get you over to an academic advisor, Taylor, so we can go ahead and have someone reach out to you so you can set up a degree plan and register for classes for fall. Fall classes do start next week, so we want to make sure that you're ready to go for the fall semester. Okay. I'm in the process of getting my DD-214 from eBenefits, but I do have my COE. Courtney?
Okay, so submit what documents you have. We often urge students to submit everything at once. That way we could process you right then and there. But if you are waiting on something specific, turn in everything you have now. And then in some cases, depending on what benefit you're using, we can work around it. But if you could send us an email at the vmassonline@hccs.edu that's listed on the screen, we can see if we could certify you without it. But but please just submit everything else as normal.
Thank you, Ms. Courtney. Okay. The next, is there a way I can get my benefits without my DD-214? I believe Courtney just answered that question.
Yes, it's a vital piece of information. And most schools, if not all, require that. It's a VA like mandate.
And I believe we do have on the website, we do have where we can email you the steps on if you have not ordered your DD 214, we can provide that information for you to order that DD 214. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
I have been trying to get in touch with the school, and I received this the WebEx meeting.
Mhm.
The only information that I do not have is I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, and I was trying to get my my GED information. I'm 51 years old, and that was the year that they had Hurricane Hugo, and a lot of the papers were missing, and I guess from the flood, because back then they did everything by paper, and I'm having problems with getting in touch with, people. They're only there at the warehouse on different days, and I've been trying for the last 3 or 4 months just to try to get the information, and it's really hard for me obtaining the copy of my GED, because back then everything was done, and a lot of stuff I never had to go through this before. I tried with I used to go to CT in Fort Hood, the school there in Texas, and I believe that they have the information, but haven't been able to get in touch with them as well. So I don't know what to do about as far as being able to start classes.
Okay, so let me
I've done my FAFSA, I've sent my ID, all the other stuff I had to do, and I'm just having difficulty. I know it's a long time because I'm 51, but it's just hard for me to get the information.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand what you're asking. Okay, so you're trying to receive your GED paperwork, correct?
Yes, to submit to you guys.
Right. So have you attended any college? Do you have college transcripts or anything?
Yes, CTU and in Fort Hood, Central Texas University. I started classes there, but I wasn't able to complete my course or go for a long period of time due to health issues.
Right.
But that's the only other place. They had me take an entrance exam because they had the same problem during that time. I don't know what they did with a lot of the stuff and how South Carolina actually does that now with not being able to provide the information for the people, but they did allow me to start. I don't remember exactly because that was like about 7 years ago, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure which direction to go. I don't know what exactly to do now.
All right, so what I need to do, do you see the email? I'm going to put my email address. If you can email me your information and let me work on something, and with your name and your number, your phone number, and let me see what I can do. We might, there might be ways around that. So let me, I don't know, do you have the chat box or no? Or
I pushed accept. That's the reason why I had to call, because I pushed accept and I was trying to get on with my iPhone, but for some reason it won't let me download the video so I could be able to talk to you guys. But Mr. Luis De Leon was the person that sent me the invitation.
Okay, can I have your name again? I'm sorry.
My name is.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did I answer your question, Jay?
Sort of. I guess I just have to do a little more research, and I'll talk to the VA representative at the Texas A&M Academy to see what their take is on that. But
Okay.
the parent institution letter answers the question for now.
Okay, so yeah, because if Texas A&M is going to be your your primary school, then we would definitely need a parent institution letter from Texas A&M for HCC, because the classes you take HCC will need to transfer back to Texas A&M. So that's why we're requesting a parent institution letter. Okay.
Okay.
So it depends on the degree that you want to get from Texas A&M. So discuss that with the advisor there and contact us back.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
You're
no
welcome.
problem. Thank you, Jonathan.
Okay,
Okay.
Capri, we have a question regarding military and out-of-state fee. Can you talk about that part, please?
Okay, so we're really for out-of-state fees, the VA, we received the mandate that we are not allowed to charge everyone, charge you all out-of-state fees. However, you would need to have an address. There's a lot of things that's going on, but in order to be charged in-state fees for Houston Community College, we would need a Texas address. Because otherwise the VA won't pay out-of-state fees. So you would be in charge of paying out-of-state fees. So we would have to, so if you have a Texas address, then we can go ahead and update the PeopleSoft system, update your account, but we cannot, the VA will not pay out-of-state fees on your account. Luis, did that answer the question? Or
Yes.
yes, the VA will not pay it. We can get in trouble, charge the VA out-of-state fee. So either we need a Texas address, or you would have to pay out of pocket for that portion of the out-of-state fees portion, the out-of-state fee portion.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, so that was my question. In the system, because I just moved to Katy, Texas from Fort Hood, Texas. I
Okay.
do have in the system an address for Texas, but it's still populating even in the system as an out-of-state student. So I was just kind of confused by that.
Okay, so what we need to do, Takia, correct?
Yes,
Takia?
ma'am.
Okay. So what we need to send you the proper documentation so you can fill that. There's 2 forms that you would fill out. You fill it out, you send it to us, and we'll get that updated for you.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
A lot of times, I don't know, the system triggers for new students. Sometimes they'll trigger out of state, but then if you could complete the 2 forms, we'll get it corrected.
I actually spoke to Mr. Failer in the registrar's office, and he explained it to me. So a lot of times when students submit their transcripts, and maybe on their high school transcript, it shows a different state, it automatically, for some reason, puts that state system, even though you have that Katy address.
Yes.
It goes off of documentation that you submit to the school, because documentation is like legally binding. So they usually go off of it, but it's an easy fix for our office. All you have to do is fill out the residency forms and we get it changed.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Takia, can you make sure you email the VMASS online, and then we can get you, let them know you need the out-of-state residency forms, the change of residency forms, and we can go ahead and get that over for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so we do have quite a bit of questions. I'm excited about it because you guys are involved in this. So give me one moment. We want to make sure we answer everyone's question. Okay, so where did I stop? Let me see. Submitted all documents, but my checklist is still saying I need to submit the documents. Luis, that's you.
That was for Brandon. We already took.
Oh, Pong, that you jamming over there? Okay. Go ahead.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
Okay. That was for Brandon Tijerina question, and we already took care of that part.
Okay, perfect. Okay. For online classes, it is at your own pace. My class courses are pertaining to HCC Online. Oh, Lee. Okay. Lee, did we answer you?
Yes, I answer his question.
Okay,
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
at your own pace.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I am a dependent using Hazelwood. How do I find out my status to start classes August 24th? Do we have Camille on here on the meeting? No. Against you.
No, you can find that. No, we don't have Camille at the moment, but she can find that out 2 ways. One, by logging into her student service center and look the account summary. If you see a 0 balance, that means Hazelwood already took care of the situation. If no, please go ahead and contact us by calling 713-718-8522.
And also, so whoever that student is, just make sure that you filled out the Hazelwood certification request form, and that form is going to prompt the 2 Hazelwood processors to research your account. So if anything else is needed, they will be contacting you, and if not, they'll be posting your waiver probably by the end of this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Latasha, this would be a question for Ms. Terry. I have been trying to change my major for weeks now. I've been calling, leaving messages, and no one has called me back. So, Ms. Terry,
Yes.
okay. So did we want to leave your contact information or for her to reach out, or how did you
Yeah,
want?
she can email me. That would be the best way right now, since we're in the middle of registration. I am trying to kill as many emails, but she can email me at terry.goodtomlin@hcc.edu, terry.goodtomlin@hccs.edu. And I
We'll
will
go
put
ahead
it
and add
here.
her email in the chat box. We'll add her
do it.
email in the chat box. Okay, so email to Ms. Terry, and like she said, it's really, registration is very busy, but we're going to try to get to you as soon as possible. Okay.
And also, with questions like that, use the Zoom as a resource, because they always have advisors on standby who can change your degree plan for you on the spot.
Now you might have to wait a few minutes, but it's worth the wait because they can go ahead and do everything right in there. Okay.
For Lee, no, online classes are not at your own pace. You will have the professor give you deadlines to submit assignments and quiz tests and stuff like that. So no, online classes are not at your own pace.
You need to follow this the syllabus. Make sure you follow the syllabus.
Okay. Thank you, you all. Okay, so the next question is, give me a question, you all. We don't want to miss anyone. Can you all put your microphone on mute for me if you're not speaking? I appreciate it. So because we want to make sure everyone can hear, because some questions might be useful for everyone. Okay. Here we go. I was dropped from classes for non-payment, but I will be using post 9/11. How can I rectify this situation?
Okay, if you don't mind, may I have your student ID number? Whoever is on the chat, and if you were dropped from your classes due to non-payment, but you now have your credentials, please send us your ID number if you're listening. I can
David?
Send it privately, please. If you
Oh,
send your student ID number.
Openly, but there's my ID number there.
Oh, he sent it already.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, if you have any information you want to send, you can send it. It says on the chat, it says to everyone or just individual, and you can send it privately if you would like. Actually, please do that because of FERPA. We don't want anybody to have your information. Okay.
I see it, David. Thank you so much. I'm going to actually research that. And when I get the solution, I'm just going to chime in, or I'll probably send you an email privately. But I'm researching it now.
Okay. Thank you, Courtney. Is that okay with you, David?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
No problem. Okay, let's move on to the next. I'm interested the certificate program that was just mentioned. How can I get more info, or is it on the ACC website? So there was two. Is it It was two programs that was certificate programs. Are you referring to the Skills for Transition grant, or are you referring to what Dr. Hazelwood did? Presented on which certificate program were you interested in? Okay, maybe he'll come back on. Okay, so let's move on because I don't believe I'm trying to see what exactly needed. If I've already sent all of my requests and COE letter to email, how do I know that everything is received? Do I just wait to receive information that my benefits are being processed? Luis?
I'm sorry, will you repeat the question?
Yes. If I've already sent in all my requests and COE letter through email, how do I know that everything is received? Do I just wait to receive information that my benefits are being processed? I guess I can answer it, Luis. I'm sorry. So we do the certifying officials process in order that the documents were received. Once you receive, you usually, if you have been certified, you will receive an email. So whatever email you gave VA or you submitted to us, you will receive the email once you have been certified. So you might want to check your email, also your junk mail. But if you just turned in your paperwork recently, within the last week, you just give it some time. It is in the middle of registration, but we do process in order that's in received. So in time it was received. So just be patient, but you will receive an email that you have been processed. Okay? Does that answer your question, Jasmine?
Also,
Okay.
if they email documents, we might not reply back to you, but you will get an automatic email saying that we received your documents. You might not get a live person responding back to you, but you will get an automatic email.
And then once you're certified, you will receive an automated email from the VA system saying that they received a certification.
Correct. Okay. So, Jasmine, to answer your question, can you do the certificate program and be enrolled full time? You can do the
Ms.
certificate.
Thomas,
Yes. Go ahead,
they
Terry.
can, but it's according to what certificate that they're on. So they can do full-time, but then even though sometime when you do certificates, let's say for instance, let's say for fall, and if it's like, let's say 20 credit hours, and if they're not offering all of those courses,
Right. I'm actually gonna
then the student might not be considered full-time.
Oh, maybe I didn't lock it.
Can you?
Hello?
You all, can you mute your microphone,
Yeah.
please?
You gotta make sure it locks, but yeah. So.
Luis.
Yeah, that's all the same key. Okay.
Hello,
So,
sir?
top is not locked.
Courtney, go ahead and mute everybody, please.
Do.
Just, when you turn it, sometimes the whole thing will turn, so sometimes you'll have to hold it and turn it. Okay. You know, it's just a no. Okay. We'll give it a shot. So the top's a little tight.
Okay.
That's unlocking it. Okay. The bottom is locked.
Sir?
Just give me a second. I'm trying to figure out how to mute everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing like
If you would like to study a certificate, you can do so. And if they're offering like that, say for a certain certificate, if you have 20 credit hours to complete it. And for fall term, they do not offer all of those courses, then you won't be considered full-time. So if you can be considered full-time, but it's according to what the department offered a schedule for each term.
Correct. And also, if you cannot use your benefits for a certificate program and associate program, you can't double dip and overlap the programs. Correct, Ms. Terry?
That's
and use your
correct.
benefits. You use your benefits. You cannot do that.
One at a time.
One at a time. Okay. Do I email my DD-214 to the VMASS department to get the TSI exemption? Yes, you
Yes.
can definitely email the department, and on there, just in your email, if you can state your student ID number, your name, and just in the email in far as in the body that you want to be exempt from the TSI testing, and we will get that over to one of our advisors in the review. Okay, but you want to make sure that you submit the proper DD-214, which is a member 4 if possible. Okay. 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 Let me continue. Okay. I'm a transfer student from U.S. Army When I enrolled to HCC, my account asked to do a TSI. I wanted to know why. Terry?
Unless the transcript has not been evaluated, that's the only reason why. You can submit your student ID number and then I can take a look at it.
Okay. Yes, if you can submit your name and your student ID number to the VMASS online at hccs.edu, and with your DD-214, then you want to go ahead, submit your DD-214 if we have not received it, and ask that, and state in the body once again that you want to be exempt from the TSI, and we will get it over to our academic advisor to make it happen for you, okay? All right. Okay, I have sent my transcripts. We almost finished, you all. So we have a few more and we'll be finished, okay? I have sent my transcripts from Mountain View and Tarrant County College along with my military transcripts. And so far, only my transcript from Mountain View College have been recognized. Is there any way that anyone at the school can check if they arrived? Gary?
Need a student ID number and then I can go in and check.
Okay, so if you want, you can email the VMASS online at accs.edu and then state on the question that you're asking, just put it in the body of the email with your student ID and your name, and we'll go ahead and check and we'll respond to you. Or if you feel comfortable, you can send it, but I don't want you can send it private and then we can take a look at it for you right now. Okay. All right.
Let me just mention
Yes.
that all your transcripts, in order to be evaluated, they need to be official transcripts.
Thank you.
So you definitely, if you haven't submitted all official transcripts, then they will not get, those classes will not get transferred. So just make sure you got those done.
Okay, thank you. It's static. Okay. I'm enrolled in 15 credits, but switched to 12 credits in October because one class is 8 weeks. They all start the same day with 3 in person and 2 online. Do I get full housing benefit through the entire semester? Courtney or Willie? Let me repeat the question. I enrolled in 15 credits, but switched to 12 credits in October because one class is 8 weeks. They all start the same day with 3 in person and 2 online. Do I keep the full housing benefit through the entire semester?
Yes, you will, because HCC's policy for full-time is 12 credit hours. So if you're still enrolled in 12 credit hours, then you will still get the eligibility. You wouldn't receive any more money for 15.
So yes, the answer is yes. Okay. Natasha, when will our certificates be accepted? School is starting next week and some of us are dependent on that money for books. Okay. Once again, Natasha, I have turned in all of your information, all of your documentation, everything has been submitted. We do process in order that the certification was received and the documents. So we will, if you feel comfortable, you can go ahead and inbox us and then chat privately and we can check on your account to make sure that you have been certified. You all are using the funds for books and for rent. So we want to make sure that we process everyone in a timely fashion. So we have started certifying several weeks ago, but just make sure you all are looking at your email addresses because a lot of times we submit, we send you our emails if we need to follow up or we have questions. So please make sure you're responding and check your emails throughout the whole semester. Check even your student email. Make sure you get acclimated with that because a lot of things go on to student email addresses and a lot of our students do not look at that. So make sure you're looking at that, okay? But Latasha, we'll double check and we'll make sure that you've been processed and that we have everything that we need from you. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Another question I have is that I have to make a payment recently for fall 2020. Was that a tuition fee? And if so, it's not covered by Chapter 30 or Hazelwood.
We
So
already
that's
took care
another,
of that one too.
you took care of, okay, perfect, thank you.
Yeah, that's a textbook fee that none of the chapters will cover.
Okay, so I believe, okay, thank you, Louise. I believe, Takia, we took care of your question. Okay, so Natasha, we're waiting to your information to send it to Terry, and if not Terry, we'll get it over to an academic advisor to get your degree plan changed. Okay. How do I change that address right now? Mine is APO. David, did Louise, did you take care of Mr. David?
David,
What's David's
probably
last?
not. If he will, David Linson.
Yes. I just student grouped you, Mr. Linson. So
Okay.
you now can re-enroll in your classes and they will not be dropped because now you have on your account.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Thank you for your patience.
You have
I
a great one.
appreciate it.
All right. So I believe we have a couple more and we're finished. Hi, I still have two things left on my to-do list, TSI assessment and transcript submission. But if I'm not mistaken, my joint server transcripts will waive it and I received an email saying that my transcripts was received. What do I need to do now? I also have not enrolled in classes yet. And who do I need to send my post 9/11 certificate of eligibility to? So that's a two-part question. So I believe on the his checklist, he's still showing TSI assessment as well as submission, but yes.
The student need to send in the DD 214 if they want to be TSI exempt. Make sure that any additional transcript that they have, make sure they submit them to HCC.
Official transcripts.
Official transcripts, yes.
Yes. And then also, if you have enrolled post 9/11 certificate of eligibility, you can actually send that over to the VMASS online at accs.edu, your post 9/11, your DD 214, as well as your certificate of eligibility. And in the body of the email, let us know that you want to be waived from the TSI. Okay, so then one of our advisors, academic advisors, waive you if that's what you choose to do. Okay. How many classes do I have to enroll in to be considered full-time for certification program? 12. 12 is the magic number to be considered full-time to receive your full housing allowance, okay?
And one class face-to-face, remember?
And one class, correct. One class face-to-face, that is correct. Can you go back to where we apply for VA and Hazelwood certification?
Yeah, I can briefly show that again.
Okay. Give me 1 minute, Courtney. Is there a finalized schedule for the semester somewhere? Or do we go off the ACC portal that shows the classes that we've enrolled in? Can't they log on their student center to print out a schedule? Their final schedule should be on the student center site,
Yes,
correct?
it's in a student center.
Yeah, so if you log on your student center, where you'll be able to see everything that you've done, all of your financial aid, if you use a financial aid, your classes. I believe you even, Jerry, what I'm trying to think what else is on there. If you have a do list, a checklist is on there.
They have a checklist, to-do list. They can look at their planner. Like you said, financial aid, everything is some to the left and some will be over to the right.
Yes. So get familiar with that. You need to log on and play with it and look at it and see everything you need throughout your tenure here at HCC is on your planner. And then once I can't stress enough, check your email HCC email, because a lot of times that's what we're using. Okay.
Okay, and to the student who needed to show them. So again, go to the HCC homepage, click I am a veteran, and that's going to take you to our homepage. Scroll down a bit for the squares. And then what was the question asking for specifically? Was it Hazelwood?
Yes. So, okay, is there, okay, let me make sure. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Can you go where we apply for VA and Hazelwood certifications, the first part? I'm sorry. So how to apply for benefits, I'm thinking they're referring to.
Okay, so this is where you would need to be. So to apply for Hazelwood, to apply for state benefits like Hazelwood, then you would need to click on Hazelwood right here. So you click on that, and it shows you everything, what you need to do for Hazelwood, what the requirements are, what you need to turn in, and how to turn them in.
And then the VA
The
benefits.
links for the application, and then it even the certification request form once you finish your application. So everything is on our website. So we try to make it easy and user-friendly for you. But again, if you're confused about anything, please give us a call and we'll walk you through the website ourselves.
Correct. And contact us, shoot us an email, give us a call. We do have customer service reps that are actually veterans themselves. We have work studies and part-timers that's actually ACC students that's went through the whole process. So please reach out to us. Okay, I believe one more question. Can we request a payment delay from ACC if the certification will not be processed by the due date? So for post 9/11 students, Hazelwood, as well as vocational rehabilitation, we do provide the student group, where I believe Ms. Courtney went over, and the student group will hold your class until we receive the payments from the VA. So I'm not for sure if you're using any of those benefits, but you can definitely email us if you're using Chapter 30 outside of those benefits, and we can see what we can do for you. Okay. But we
And
do
just
hold
as a
classes.
reminder, student group to your account when all of your documents. So
Yes.
if you're dropped from your classes due to non-payment, it could be just an oopsie on our part, but most likely it's because you haven't turned in all of your documents, or you turned in all of your documents and then that last document that we needed, you recently turned that in or haven't turned that in. So we ask, like, turn your documents in together for the best and smoothest process.
I believe that's all the questions we have. Does anyone else have any more questions? We don't want anybody to be left out. Please, if you think about questions, call us, shoot us an email. We'll be here for you. Our hours of operations is from 8 to 8, Monday through Thursday. We also open on Fridays from 8 to 5 and Saturdays from 9 to 1. I know we're going through a pandemic right now, but I just want to ensure you all that our VMASS department is here for you all. Please reach out to us, let us know, and we'll see what we can do to assist you. Okay. So that's all the questions that I have. That actually concludes our presentations. I hope it was beneficial. I will send you all a survey. A survey will be sent out to you all. Please fill that out so we can know what we need to improve. How do we do? We just want to make sure that we give you guys the best services possible. All right. Thank you all so much. I truly appreciate it.